What's going on YouTube? The Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls beta is happening right now, and I actually got a chance to check it out. I didn't think I was going to get in because codes were so limited, but I got a confirmation email at 3 a.m., so we hopped in there. After playing it for a little bit, this is definitely a culmination of all lessons learned by ArcSys from the fighting games they've released over the last couple of years, pretty much since DBFZ came out. The combo structure is really similar to Dragon Ball FighterZ, and you used one assist button, but different directions to call different assists, kind of like BB tag. And then they even have a special button that you use to replace motion inputs, just like Grand Blue. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys around a little bit. If you have played any Arc System game since Persona 4 Arena has come out, you'll be pretty familiar with this lobby system. You know, you run around with your avatar, try to hop on a cabinet and get some games in. But I want to show you guys some of the characters real quick. You know, this is day one and there's no training mode, so I'm not super familiar with how the characters work, but let's just quickly go over the command list for all the characters here. Miss Marvel, she's pretty cool. She has stretchy limbs and has different kind of attacks here. Her unique skill is that she can kind of grappling hook around the screen. Pretty cool. And then she even has this little dodge here. Next we have Star-Lord. He's almost kind of like the Dante function from Marvel vs. Capcom. He has different weapons. He's sliding around the screen. And then he even has this move which is super similar to something Dante would have in Marvel vs. Capcom. And then his unique skill, he has different elements. He has this gun and then there's different elements. You know, if you've played Persona 4 Arena or if you've played Guilty Gear Strive that has Kai's shock state. ArcSys has played around with this these element attacks before, so we'll see if they really want to go into it. We have Dr. Doom as well. He has a command grab, a couple different assists here, and then he can call this laser attack. And then for his unique skills, he has a shield as well as flight, which is super cool. Everybody loves flight, right? And then you have Iron Man. We'll see if he has an infinite in this game. I'm not sure. But can kind of dash around the screen, use his mobility. You know, it's pretty cool. He looks like a Kamen Rider in this game, and then he has a Kamen Rider kick, so that's pretty cool. He also has this smart missiles. I really like this move as an assist because he kind of moves back. Your opponent is hitting you, they don't accidentally hit your assist, and the assist will still come out as like a defensive assist and they get clipped by it. Pretty cool. For his unique skill, he has these different projectiles, right? And then also flight, so that's pretty cool. And then for Storm, she has this, it's kind of, I think, like a stance, so it's her unique skill is she summons this Tempest move. She also has flight as well, but when she uses her Tempest move, and then she uses different skills that are enhanced by the Tempest. I think that's how it works. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Like I said, it's day one. We're just trying to figure it out. She has a lot of movement. You know, this is going to be a pretty high skill ceiling character, I imagine. She's just kind of like, just from my very brief overview. And then finally, Captain America. He's kind of like the Ryu of this game, where he's like very easy to pick up. He has like a DP. But then he could throw his shield like a projectile. He has these charges as well. And then this like dive kick kind of move. And then his unique skill is that he can bounce his shield around. So I'm excited to see what people cook up on how to like set that up. And then if he kicks the shield when he throws it, it will ricochet. So this game is going to be really cool when people start to actually figure things out. And that's just a really brief overview of the characters. So I'm just spectating two random people I found in a lobby here so I could talk about the game a little bit. Even though this is a tag assist-based fighter, you can see you only have one life bar, unlike Dragon Ball or any tag game you could think. I believe that they are taking a lesson out of Dragon Ball because one problem that game had was the matches took a really long time. You had to go through 3 different characters. Characters didn't have a lot of mix-up on their own if you lost your other 2 characters, so when it was down to just 1v1, it just took a really long time. I believe they're trying to speed up the game a little bit now by giving them 1 health bar. All the characters feel a little bit more fleshed out. It doesn't feel like you absolutely need an assist or else you're not able to do anything. We'll kind of see as the game goes on. One structure I found in this game that a lot of people have been doing is just doing something like a light, medium, heavy into a special move, call your assist, and then you get to restart that pressure. That's kind of like how Dragon Ball worked as well, and that's kind of how this game seems to be shaping up so far. Alright, next I wanted to talk about the presentation of this game. Just like Arc System Works to always do, it's absolutely incredible. It's beautiful to look at. The music has been really good. You know, fighting games, you're going to be spending a lot of time in the game, so you want it to look good, you want it to sound good, because you're going to be seeing a lot of these animations over and over again. You're going to be seeing a lot of these screens over and over again. It's really easy for developers to ignore things like making stylized menus, but these menus are absolutely beautiful. You know, I like seeing the sketches of each character in the background there. That's really cool. This is a very classic thing Arc System Works does, is they go above and beyond. This lobby system looks really cool. You know, whether you like these avatar lobby systems or not, they at least made it look really nice. Music, always great from Arc System Works coming out of there. Presentation, absolutely great. And which is just a standard of Arc System Works, and that's why they're always asked to make these IP games like Dragon Ball. They had Rooster Teeth characters in BB Tag. Now they're making a Marvel game. They made Grand Blue, DNF. These are not Arc System Works IPs. They're outsourced out to them because they just do a fantastic job. Okay, so I've been glazing this game all video here, but I do have one complaint and kind of concern, and I really hope Arc System Works takes some feedback on this. As somebody who absolutely loved and adored Dragon Ball, that game had amazing movement. This game has amazing movement, but auto combos come out on whiff, and that was the case for Dragon Ball FighterZ. It was incredibly frustrating to be trying to like move around the screen, have fun, play some neutral, and you're playing somebody who's just pressing light and they're moving halfway across the screen. I'm just gonna grief this game and try to show you. When you press two lights, you go so far. Absolutely ridiculous. You just go so far. I believe that they do this to make the game more accessible for new players. You know, we see this a lot. I don't mind auto combos, it being in the game in general. I don't mind having an easy input button. That's totally fine. But to have them come out on whiff and it go that far, it just takes away from the incredible movement of the game, because you're afraid you're just going to get clipped by somebody online, a ranked monster, just mashing the light button, and you're flying halfway across the screen. You know, at least it just seems to be 2 hits, where Dragon Ball was 3 hits, and that third hit was always like this unique move that was... I don't want to get too much on it, man. And I don't want to, you know, this is my one complaint about this game. I think it's been great. And I think there are so many different ways to make fighting games more accessible to new players. That's something that fighting game developers want, that everybody wants. You know, you want more players in your community. That's just going to make the games healthier. You know, it's a good thing to have more people into these games. And I want to share these great experiences. That's why I make videos and, you know, tell people about these games, because they're cool and I want more people to get into them. But just making it so you don't actually have to play neutral, you just press light 2 times and then you're halfway across the screen. You know, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I have war flashbacks from Dragon Ball FighterZ, so if Arc System has any kind of survey or whatever, I'm going to let them know. I really don't like auto combos coming out on whiff. It's just not for me. Other than that's my one complaint about this game. Everything else has been absolutely great about it so far. Okay, I just wanted to share some final thoughts I kind of had about this game so far. Again, this is only day 1, and it's a beta, so I'm sure things are subject to change. Although I'm just spectating 2 random guys in the lobby, so shoutouts to them while I yap. But one thing I want to see about this game, maybe some more uniqueness amongst the cast. In Dragon Ball, which is what I keep comparing this to because this seems to just be like the spiritual successor to that game, a lot of the combo structure was really similar, and that changed a little bit as the time went on. Some people liked that, some people didn't. I kind of did like it because it was easy to just pick up new characters and just always kind of be able to pick up a character right away. Even if you didn't know their optimal stuff, you were able to just kind of play around. And that seems to be what they're kind of going around for this. But at least in Dragon Ball, the toolkits were always pretty different. Like, Gotenks and Piccolo could both do, like, the same kind of combo structure, but their toolkits were completely different when it came to, like, neutral or, like, Oki situations. So far in this game, I'm seeing everybody kind of has, like, a projectile, a maybe like a counter, maybe like an anti-air move. It just kind of feels a little homogenized. Again, it's a beta. There's only so many characters in it right now. I'm sure things will change. It's just kind of what I want to see. I would also really like to see some cool supers. I think some of the coolest thing you can do in a fighting game is have a unique super. Like Gotenks has Ghost Oki, where like it's almost like a puppet character in just the super, where he controls the ghosts by letting go of negative edge, or any kind of like install super like Soul Bad Guy or Kai getting like a dragon install, or like Adult Gohan would have the potential power-ups or whatever that was called, or Golden Frieza. You know, installs are really hype moments, and Iron Man has this super where he jumps to the Hulkbuster, but it's not what I want to see. I want to see something a little more unique from the cast, just change them up a little bit more. But other than that, yeah, just want to see more of this game in general. I mean, this beta's been really cool. If you guys got in, or if you've just been watching, let me know what you think. Is there anything you'd like to change, or are you just ready for this to come out and start grinding out the game? I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.